Kaixo, egun on guztioi, gaur kafe bat hartzen dugu Garbura filmaren taldearekin. Hola, buenos días a todas. Hoy nos tomamos un café con el equipo de la película Garbura, película que compite en la sección New Directors. Y hoy tenemos aquí con nosotras al director, JOSIP ZUVAN, y a los actores Franco Floyd, I don't know if I say it right, y Mauro Ercegovic Gracin. Yeah? Okay. So I'm going to start with you. I would like you to tell us a little bit how the project started and how did you come up with the idea of the film.
Okay. The whole idea began on my film school. I developed it as a project with my mentor, and it was in 2008. It was 14 years ago when those two guys were born. And it was like a script for middle-length film, and mentor was very pleased with it, and he encouraged me to make a feature film out of it. And I was very young, and I need to grow up emotionally and physically, and I didn't be in a rush, and after that, we started to pitch on developments, and it take a long to get all the funds, and in the end, here we are.
And about the story, it's something about you. It's something about the area you live, or
yeah, actually, it's set in arena where I came from. It's a small Mediterranean town, and everything in the film is in the winter time, because we all know Mediterranean from postcards and summertime, but winter time looks very, very different. So I sat there, and there is a lot of mixture of stuff that I lived and fictionalized stuff.
And well, in the film there are very few locations. I don't know if it's because of you were thinking about it before COVID, or was it because of the COVID? Positive for that?
No, in the beginning it was a long time before COVID. Actually, only we were making film until COVID time. But the first draft was a long time before COVID. I make just 2 locations because it was, in the beginning, I want to make something pure. Like, I didn't want to, the whole idea was, and whole metaphor is in the 2 houses. And I want to make a film about that 2 families and nothing else.
And I think this film is about human relationship, family relationships. You said before that you had a really long process of maybe you getting mature and living more and everything. How was your research to write this script, and how did it change throughout the years?
Actually, it changed a lot, because in 2008 it was totally different. There weren't so much YouTube, there weren't so much mobile phones, smartphones and stuff like that. It was a different screenplay then, and it evolved with time. And when I met them, they helped me to, because I'm different generation than him. When I was writing, I was 20, first idea. I was 21, and I was younger, and I wrote on my on thinking about how it was when I was young, and I knew that I must translate into days. So when I met them, they helped me to improvise, to put some stuff from their generation.
And how did you get to the project? Did you do a casting or something, or you met him, or how was it?
Wait. I was going on the drama group in Croatia, and that was pretty much all of it.
My friend's mom met me with Ivana Jelic. This is drama studio, and we met JOSIP.
I will tell more about it because it was a casting, and Franco was on drama school, so their teacher introduced me to them, and he came with friend. He didn't plan to actually. He was like companion or friend, and he was excellent. And we need to. He didn't want to play in the beginning, and because he was a soccer player, and we need to agree. And in the end, are you pleased with that? Are you glad that you? Is zadovoljan?
Yes, of course.
And sorry.
The funny thing about all of it is we are in real life we are two totally different persons, like Nicola and Antonio, and that's how we get in group together. So, and I was like, no, I don't want to be with him. I want to be with my best friend. So
there was lots of kids, and immediately I saw them too, and I connected them, and I wanted to try first those two, and Franco said, "Oh, not with him," because they knew each other before, and they weren't very good. And but I knew from the beginning that.
And how did you work together? Did you rehearse a lot, or did you get to know each other? Did you did things like before you were on set, or everything was scripted? Or
no, it was a lots of improvisation. It was scripted, but we changed a lot. And I need to undercover in the beginning to be their friend. They accept me as their friend. Not as director, as a friend, and I never gave them a full script because I didn't want to remember the lines. So we read together a script, so they knew all plot and stuff, and I never gave in the printed edition. So on the set, before every scene, we rehearse. And we improvise, we put some new stuff, and that was a great process.
And you were saying before that you went to film school. Here in San Sebastian and the festival, we are part of a film school, and like film teaching is something that we really care about. I would like you to talk to us a little bit about your experience and how important was it for you to go to a film school?
Actually, I went to 2 film schools, one in Split and one in Zagreb. And it was a great experience because I met all of people that I work with today there. My friend and director of photography I met there, my editor and everyone. And that's a great opportunity to make friends and work with them all life.
And how about your references? Maybe not the ones you use for this film, but in general? Like in cinema, like how do you? Yeah.
In references, okay, I won't talk about classics because all talk about. I'm going to talk about some newest authors that is very interesting to me. I like Ruben Östlund, Sean Baker, and Florida Project was like one of the excellent film. And when I watched that before Carbide. And it was wow, how he managed to make that film with that little girl, and I appreciate a lot of Radu Jude and all that Romanian new wave, because I discovered it when I was on film school, because they were starting back then, and that whole new wave of Romanian film showed me the because Romania and Croatia is pretty similar countries, and their stories seem very close to me, and their way of telling stories very minimalistic. And when I saw that film, I thought, oh, I could tell my stories in that way.
And this is your first film. You showed it yesterday at night here for the first time in San Sebastian. How was the experience, and how is it going here, like presenting your film in a festival like San Sebastian?
Yeah, this was first projection ever, and until yesterday, last night, and that's why we are all tired because it was a long night. And until yesterday, I didn't know how universal this story is. I didn't know how could translate to other culture, and reactions was great. Like every scene, every reaction was right and as I intended. So I was very, very, very pleased. It was a long applause, and I think afterwards people speak to us and they really experience everything.
That's great. So thank you very much for being here and talking to us.
They're a little tired.
No, it's okay. It's fine. It's really
cool.
early. It's the last day of the festival, so it's okay. Eta orain, pelikularen irudi batzuekin utziko zaituztegu. Ahora os dejamos con un pequeño clip de la película.
Hi guys, welcome to my new channel.
Šal ti na engleskom? Ne da ti trzne ko prošli put.
Neću, aj.
Pravo ko.
A šta će biti s putem?
Sortirat će ga.
Ko kaže?
Ja kažem.
Baba, se ti posrali ispred vrata?
Nikola!
Pa nemoj u mene.
Što pa prozvan je?
Što će to tu djedi?
Šta to radiš? Jer nas sad skandal za Božić triba.
Nemoj ići god.
Zašto?
Zato što sam ja rekao. Zašto se stalno s njim igraš?
Da fuj, makni to.
Daj makni.
Meni trebaš ti da me voliš. Meni trebaš ti čežnju duga.
Nikola, otvori i daj mi moj mobitel.
Viš da je moj već.
Meni trebaš ti za ljubav.
Vrati mi mobitel!
Meni trebaš ti da me voliš. Meni trebaš ti čežnju.
A ko je prvi započeo?
Ne sjećam se.